Hello and welcome to Infinite Transcendence. Today I'd like to talk about taking a bite out of junk food addiction. Junk food is food in general is of course a major pleasure. It's you need it to survive, but it's also a great pastime, major pleasure for people. People eat food for a lot of reasons: to cope with stress, to have fun, to celebrate events, to for lots of reasons, go on dates. So it's food is something that you need and want, but when it gets to junk food, it becomes a problem because food is so readily available and so easily accessible and so cheap in a lot of cases that it's one of the easiest indulgences, one of the easiest, most convenient indulgences a person can enjoy. I mean, you don't have to go out and if sex, all those other things may take some time and effort, but I mean, it doesn't take much effort to get some food, and or drugs. It's not illegal. It's nothing. Just have food. You can buy tons of it in a store and just eat it. But it has a very powerful and negative effect on your body. I say it's just like a drug or worse than drug. A lot of these parts in the food and a lot of these ingredients are like drugs. They make you hooked. They make you want more. They alter chemicals in your body. It's just a very powerful effect on you in general. So I mean, we're talking about it's definitely a dangerous addiction. And there's some ways to help combat it and get it out of your system and change your mind from craving it and wanting it on a regular basis to wanting healthier foods and getting used to eating that. So definitely, food is not harmless. I mean, people think food is food is like anything else. Wrong used the wrong way, consumed the wrong way, can have a devastating effect on you and your body. I mean, in our country now, what 1 in 3 adults are obese. Almost the obesity rate last time I read was pushing about 40% in certain demographics, and overall it might average out about 1 in 3. If you count if you look at all being overweight is probably closer to about 50-60%. If you look at certain demographics, it could push up to 70% of being overweight, which is just outrageous. No other place on the planet has such a high obesity rate or a high rate of being overweight. Men and women more so than men in this country. I mean, other countries who are far poorer eat far healthier and take care of themselves a lot better. So there's really no excuse. It's really just a lifestyle. People have gotten used to eating processed foods, junky foods, foods full with artificial ingredients and sweets and all these other things, which just makes it unhealthy for you. Makes it hard for you to stay fit. You retain a lot of fat. You have a lot of problems. And obesity is a major epidemic. It's one of the most expensive problems. We spend 147 out of 210 billion in preventive health care costs. At least diabetes, heart disease. I mean, it affects obviously it affects your weight. It affects your mood, your self-esteem, relationships. Harder time making friends. Harder time to get into find a girl or guy you like because people want to be with people who look great. And if I'm like myself, I'm in great shape. I want to be the person who's in great shape and looks good too, because I take care of myself. Person doesn't take care of themselves. To me, that sends a signal that what else is to say about you. And if even getting higher, if people see you're out of shape and overweight, that's a higher expense for them. That could be higher medical costs, higher insurance costs. People may see us incompetent or lazy. A lot of cultures tell me flat out, in our country, we take care of ourselves. We eat well, we look good. And if we see people that are overweight, people who are overweight stay indoors because here we see you as incompetent and just lazy. So I mean, it's not good for you, and I don't know why our culture. One thing that really irritates me is our culture goes around saying fat is good, fat is beautiful, fat is healthy. Look, it's how you live your life the way you want to. If you want to run up tons of debt and be bankrupt, that's your business. If you want to be fat and eat poorly, that's your personal choice. But to say it's healthy and good is just not true, and most people don't think it looks good either. And that's just the blunt, honest truth. I don't care if anybody gets angry. We're here. We tell the truth. This is the place where we tell the truth and we're honest about things like this. I don't need to lie or say things like that. I grew up in a family full of obesity. My father's side is probably the biggest family I've ever seen, except for maybe a family of sumo wrestlers. We have triple bypass surgery. I have an uncle die of heart issues. A lot of my father's side of family is 300, 400 pounds. Literally, my dad was very obese. He's lost some weight, but they're all extremely, extremely, like really, really big. Like everything you can imagine, waddling, having a hard time going up the stairs. Even my mom's side of family, like very obese. And Mississippi, where I grew up, has the highest obesity rate in the nation. In a very poor area, lots of obesity, lots of junk food, lots of eating unhealthily. So I have a lot of experience seeing this around me, and I know it's just not healthy and it's not good. So definitely definitely not good. So how do we get out of this? Oh, and another problem on top of that is the food. On top of that, the food is just addictive. It it had they have sugar is extremely addictive. Studies show that sugar is just as addictive as cocaine, if not more. They tried on some animals, and the animals reacted to it stronger than cocaine. The foods, MSG, monosodium glutamate, all those foods are designed to make you crave more food and be hungrier and to continue to want more and more food past the point of being sated. Your satiety, how sated you are. They make you want more food even when you should be full, because it has to do with your blood sugar spiking and insulin, how it processes in your liver. A lot of these foods are hardwired like drugs. They want you to make you crave more and more, and of course companies want you to buy more of their products. So what better way to do it than to make you crave more even when you're past eating? And that's one of the ways that you end up being fat, is that you eat poorly and then you're hungry all the time because your blood sugar is out of control, or other ingredients that are making you crave more of that food. You're not feeling full. Whereas you ate, contrary to popular belief, you ate healthy fats and healthy foods, you feel less hungry because the fats would be a good source of energy. Healthy natural fats and things like that, you wouldn't have to eat so much. There are a lot of things about these foods that are just extremely, extremely powerful. So what are some ways to deal with this? Well, one of the ways you can do it is to how do you get out of it? One of the ways you do it is to use your time productively and make a list. Making a limit. You can go cold turkey, or you can do a step-by-step process. What I like to do, I generally try to go cold turkey. Well, I try to take a mixed approach. I go cold turkey on one food, try to take it out of my diet for a week or two. I take a food journal, and I look at the side effects of what happens to me, what I've eaten. And it's not just junk food for me. It's a lot of different. I've tried out tons of different foods. Wheat. I've had to take wheat out of my diet, corn, dairy, all those things give me a lot of allergies, cause me inflammation, discomfort, headaches. So even a lot of fruits. I've eaten fruit, and it's given me headaches and other problems. A lot of things I've eaten just give me problems. So what I do is I eliminate. Say you eat a lot of cookies. Take cookies out of your diet for a week. Get a journal, write down how it works, how it's affecting you, and try go without it for a week or two. Go without it for a month if you can. That's a preferred treatment. That's an approach I would take. You can take a complete cold turkey on everything, but people tend to rebound too much and binge, so that's difficult. Now, you have a food that you just simply cannot eat. If it's an allergy food, something gives you a really bad reaction, you might just have to cut it out entirely. I mean, you have no choice. Or you can take this slow approach where you take foods out, you slowly cut back on the amount you're eating. You can also substitute, try brown rice ingredients instead of grain. Try gluten-free. Try corn-free. I mean, corn isn't really that much better, but wheat can cause a lot of problems. You can try brown rice. You can try lactose-free milk. You can try almond milk. You can try rice milk instead of animal hormone milk. And you just slowly remove. Try some vegetable sticks. Try some celery sticks instead of chips. Try something like that. Try maybe a lighter snack. If you want to slowly cut back, maybe you go from eating sugary stuff to just eating certain types that go to nuts. Nuts are good in moderation. They have healthy fats. They taste good. Try to go from eating that to fruits and vegetables, where you still get the glucose you need for your brain, but you're not eating so much sugar that is just destroying you, and it's healthy, natural sugar. And also, definitely get out of the "I'll do it tomorrow" approach. That I'll get around to it, or the attitude where what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop eating. I'm gonna eat this food one more time. I'm gonna cut out this junk food tomorrow. I'm just gonna eat one more bowl of ice. I'm gonna get one more bucket of ice cream from the store, and I'm gonna start tomorrow. Because what you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna keep telling yourself that time after time. You go, well, you go wake up tomorrow and go, well, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next week. I have the weekend off. I'll indulge myself, and then next week I'll get back to it. That's a habit to lead you along the path of destruction, because you're going to end up saying the same thing over and over again. Just take it. If you go 3 or 4 days without it, you'll start noticing you won't crave it as much. It gets easier over time. So definitely keep all that in mind. So those are just some definitely quick tips. Also exercise, keep yourself in shape, hang around people who don't eat junk food, people who take care of themselves, and be like those. Because you hear people who eat a lot of bad food, it's like a drug addiction. They're gonna get you back into it. They're gonna have a lot of junk food around, and you're gonna want it too. So definitely watch. Of course, as always, watch who you associate with. And one more thing, keep the food out of your house, because if it's in your house, you're going to have an easy temptation to go towards it. If it's far away and you got to drive out and get it all the time, a lot of times you're just not interested, and you'll go without it. So I don't want to have this video go on too long. These are just some tips that you can take to take care of yourself and bite out of this junk food addiction and get yourself on a healthier track, because being in good shape affects so many other areas in your life that is critical. So again, how do you feel about this? Are you working on this? Do you do this already? Leave comments and suggestions or anything you want to say in the article or in the video. Like and subscribe for new and interesting content, and transcend infinitely.